Now, 1 year of tracking coronavirus in Texas, and during that time, more than 42,000 Texans have died with COVID-19. Just yesterday, Governor Greg Abbott announced that beginning in 1 week, Texans will no longer be required to wear masks.
He called it personal responsibility. Instead of the government ordering a mask, it's now up to each of us to decide whether the mask contributes to our safety and those around us. KTAB reporter Miriam Chamberlain headed downtown to find out what local stores will do about mask requirements. That's tonight's top story.
Effective March 10th, the city of Abilene will no longer be requiring its residents to wear a mask. But you may not want to leave the house without a mask just yet. A local downtown employee says,
I'm worried about it, especially as someone who works with the general public every day. I'm worried about my own health and the health of my friends and of our customers.
Along with employees, I spoke to several local businesses. George Levesque, the executive director of the Paramount, says they have a system that exceeds requirements, and he isn't ready to abandon what works.
We don't feel like we can open up and have 1,200 people in here while COVID is still in town. And while there are still cases in town, while the ICU is still 100% full, we're going to continue to require masks, and we're going to continue to follow the distancing guidelines that we have in place.
However, it's still up to private businesses to do what they want, whether this means requiring their employees and or customers to wear a mask.
I think people fall on one side or the other. They're either done with it or they don't mind it at all.
Keep in mind, businesses may still require you to wear a mask regardless of the state mandate.
Just try to meet people where they are and continue to do what we can to make everybody happy and satisfied as customers.
So it may be wise to keep that mask handy just in case. In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Miriam Chamberlain, KTAB News.
Thank you, Miriam. The governor's no mask order becomes effective a week from today. But now schools, businesses, and cities are a little uncertain on how to deal with the new order. United and H-E-B supermarkets issuing a statement today. Both companies will continue to require employees to wear masks, but it will be an option for customers. The city of Abilene is also leaving it up to the individual. City employees and visitors may or may not wear masks inside city buildings.
As for schools, the TEA says policy is being left up to local school boards. AISD, Wiley, and Jim Ned school districts all saying they will continue the mask policy as it is now. But Eastland ISD says students and teachers in grades 4 through 12 will no longer be required to wear masks after spring break. The Texas Department of State Health Services has notified vaccine providers that all school and child care workers should be allowed to receive the vaccine. For a more complete list of which establishments will and will not require masks, visit bigcountryhomepage.com and go to the Do Not Miss tab.